Dude, analog gauges are so 2016. I mean, digital's hot now. And if it's hot, we on top. Check it out. This is the Raspberry Pi Digital Dash. It's basically a tablet. If you go to my Facebook page, you will see the unboxing video that I did of the MS3 Pro Ultimate, and in that I unboxed this as well. This is the Raspberry Pi tablet, touch screen. You can see on the back, if you guys are not familiar with what Raspberry Pi is, YouTube it. This thing does so much stuff. I mean, the possibilities are freaking endless. It's crazy. Basically, that is a tiny little computer. Literally. You can see it's got USB ports, LAN cable, another USB port. It's got HDMI, all kinds of stuff. But what this does is it interfaces with this touchscreen. This talks to the MegaSquirt. This replaces your laptop. What are we doing with it today? Well, I finally decided to mount it, and we're gonna put it in this. Bam, this guy. This is made by GaugeWorks. You can get it on Summit. So this replaces the stock SN95 cluster. Right here would be your speedometer and all that stuff. It gives you the provisions to put two 2 and 1/16 inch gauges right here down in the corners. We're gonna put the screen front and center. The screen is gonna replace all the other analog gauges in the car. It also replaces, like I said, the laptop. So any kind of tuning or switching on the fly, up the boost, lower the boost, play your traction control, you can do all of that by reaching through and beep, boop, boop, beep. How are we gonna mount it? This stuff. This is called Kydex, Kydex. You can buy this stuff by the sheet on Amazon. It's a really thick plastic, kind of similar to an ABS plastic. It's got a texture on it, a lot like interiors of cars do. It's really hard to see any of this on the camera, but trust me, it's there. You can hear it. It's really easy to work with. It's pretty durable. To cut it in straight lines, you can score it with a razor blade and snap it. You can use a heat gun and mold it, and it'll kind of retain its texture. It's really, really handy as far as automotive stuff goes. And so what I'm doing is this. So I made a template of the inside of this. Bam, just like that. I cut out where the relief needs to go on the back of it and traced the Raspberry Pi dashboard onto that. I cut this out. All I have to do still is cut out that hole, drill 4 holes, mount the screen in it, and then I'll show you how we're going to mount it into the console. Ow! Oh! And there you go, man. That is it. That's the Raspberry Pi Dash installed into the gauge cluster. If you have a MegaSquirt system, check out Raspberry Pi Dash. Now, let's power this bad boy on. How are we going to do that? If you follow me on Facebook, then you might have seen some of my old not-so-pro tips where I talked about my Craftsman 12-volt lithium-ion impact drill flashlight kit. These are cool because, just like it says, they're 12 volts. What else is 12 volts? Well, one of these fine automobiles right here. The sweet part about this is you can see it's labeled negative and positive. And I have a USB charging port. So it also fits a spade terminal. So you just jam this guy in here and then jam that wire in there, and what do you know, it powers on. And to power on our Raspberry Pi Dash, it's just a mini USB. One of these things, standard hookup. So let's power this bad boy on. Okay, so we're ready to power this thing on. The way we're gonna set it up in the car is on a toggle switch. You can set it up off the key, but the problem with that is the car is gonna start and be running while this loads. So you set it up on a toggle switch. That way you can mess with it if you need to with the engine off as well. So this is gonna simulate, when I jam this in here, turning the toggle switch on, and you can see how long it takes to boot up. You can see how I mounted it in here with the Kydex. If you ever seen Kydex before, it comes in these sheets. It's like ABS kind of plastic. It's got texture on it, almost like an OEM interior panel finish. It's really, really nice stuff. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. You can cut it. You can use a heat gun and bend it and mold it. And it's super durable and it looks really, really clean and real trick. So you can see how long it's taken to load up. It's been about 30 seconds, and right there, boom, Tuner Studio is open. If this was hooked up to a car that had a MegaSquirt system that was up and functional, this is when the gauges would pop up. But obviously this car is far from complete, and therefore the MegaSquirt is not functional on it right now. But this thing is super sick, dude. Check it out. It's all touchscreen, so I can minimize this right here. Boom. We got start menu, we got all kinds of stuff. You got games, accessories, system tools, preferences. This down here, Bluetooth connectivity. You can hook up to a Bluetooth mouse or Bluetooth keyboard, so you don't have to like reach through your steering wheel to make changes on here. You can do it with a keyboard sitting on your lap, and you can tune the car right off of this thing. It also has, let's see here, got Wi-Fi. It's picking up Wi-Fi right now. It actually has Google Chrome on here. We can go on the internet on this thing. I'm not sure how many more features outside of that it has, but it's pretty sick. Megalog viewer. So if you made a data log in Tuner Studio, you would open up Megalog viewer, and here you can view your data logs. You can analyze your data log right here on the thing, and it will suggest changes to your tune, and you can save them to your tune. This thing literally replaces your entire laptop. You don't need a laptop anymore, and it costs less than a laptop. Like, it's mind-blowing. What's not to love about this? This thing is sick. So if you have a MegaSquirt system, or you are considering EFI for a project and you don't already have something going on, look at the MegaSquirt. Take a hard look. Write down the pros and cons of whatever you were considering, and look at this and really think about it, man, because it's, for the amount of features that you get for the money. You know, I don't always say buy the cheapest stuff, but this is crazy how much you get for your money, man. I mean, shout out to Raspberry Pi dashes. This is such a sick product. It really is awesome, and I cannot wait to use this. I'm gonna buy one for my car. I got another car we're gonna put it in. We're gonna put one in trash can, and yeah, man. Raspberry Pi Dash is on Facebook. Check them out. Hey, there you go. There you have it. We have the Raspberry Pi Dash installed and up and functional. Got a little bench test going with that. That thing is sweet. I'm super excited. One thing to remember about that, and I've gotten some questions on this, is yes, unfortunately, this is only for MegaSquirt. If you're building a project and you want fuel injection and you haven't decided on which system you want to go with, now's a really good time to start weighing your options and looking at all the options that are out there for MegaSquirt. There's a lot of places you can get it from. This particular harness comes from Shannon Taylor. He does the harnesses himself. Look up Shannon Taylor on the Sloppy Mechanics forum on Facebook, or the Sloppy Mechanics group. You can find him there. And if not, hit me up on Facebook and I will point you in the right direction. I've bought is bought even a real word? I don't even know if it is, but this is a real fart. I'm gonna go check that. We're back. So, Boughton, harness, Shannon Taylor, MegaSquirt. Yes, Shannon Taylor. Hit him up on the Sloppy Mechanics group if you can't get in touch with him or you can't get in the group, because it is, I mean, that stuff is like Illuminati, man. Matt Happel has that on lockdown. And if you need insider information, I might know where to point you in the right direction. Keep in mind, these guys are paying me $0 to leave these reviews. I'm just telling you about products that, in my experience, work really, really well. Okay, I like to do a lot of research, and I like to spend my money where it counts. And I'm telling you, it counts when you do it this way. Other places you can get them from: EFI Source, DIY Auto Tune. Those guys all turn out great products. I've used all of them, and they all work really, really well. We got the chassis harness going. I can't wait to get done with the wiring because I hate it. I need to be able to get into this car, which means I need to get out of this trailer, which is happening very, very soon. So I'm going home, finally, get to be reunited with my great family and with my awesome garage. And that means I get to turn out even more awesome footage and content for you guys. We're gonna have some car features coming up, more product reviews, more not so pro tips, and then you guys get to check out my personal vehicles. So if you like what you saw today, I appreciate you guys watching, and I would also appreciate if you would hit subscribe right below. Make sure you check me out at facebook.com/BullCitySpeed and find me on Instagram at BullCitySpeed. And thanks for tuning in. Boom! Peace!